G'day YouTube and welcome back. It's Brett here from Overtime Gaming with you once again. We have got some more WWE 13 Universe mode today for you guys, and today's episode is the second pay-per-view of the weekend, and that is WWE Extreme Rules. We get the night underway with our NXT World Title shot match. It's between four NXT starlets. The man in the gold shorts, Adrian Neville, otherwise known as Pac. The man in the gold and black trunks tights is Sami Zayn, otherwise known as El Generico. The man in the red pants is Bo Dallas, the real life NXT champion. And the man in the green mask and the green pants is, of course, Samurai Del Sol. Samurai Del Sol, one of the crowd favourites here, high flyer, just signed by WWE for our NXT development program. He debuted for us a couple of weeks ago. Sami Zayn debuted for us by beating Sami Callihan. So a number of these guys have debuted for us in the big stage. Adrian Neville actually debuted with Oliver Gray as British Ambition, going up against the Shield, the World Tag Team Champions. So they've got big time experience as well. Now all of these men have earned their title shots earlier this week on our version of NXT. So they're definitely well trained to be here and have heaps of potential in this business, as you can see. Sami Zayn taking a massive fall from the top of that ladder, being pushed off from Samurai Del Sol. And now Samurai Del Sol taking it to the rest of the men in this match with the ladder, going for the title himself. It's been a high-flying matchup so far, and Del Sol manages to gain the title. Samurai Del Sol, your new NXT World Heavyweight Champion. Expect to see great things from this man in the future, and winning the NXT Championship, as you can see in his hand there, is definitely the first step towards that. The crowd favourite does it, and there's nothing better than winning your first championship at a pay-per-view on the big stage. As we move on to our second match of the evening, we've got tag team action now between Primo and Epico going up against the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, for the number one contender spot in the tag team championships, held currently by the Shield. You see the Usos taking it to Primo right now. Primo just being beat down by the two brothers now, of course, the sons of Rikishi. So huge history in the business, of course, related to Jimmy Snuka and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So heaps of history for these guys in this business, and are just starting to show their potential now. As you can see, they're taking apart Primo right now, just destroying him with their special super kicks, and now going to tag team action against him. Jimmy and Jey taking it to Primo. They look like they're going for the double super kick. What a move. And now Jey going to the top rope, looking for that high flying splash. Just the one count. The referee slow to get down to the count, and Primo is able to kick out because of that. But you see Jey Uso taking it straight back to him, going for the big move in the corner now. His patented splash into the corner, really taking it to Primo right now. And Primo and Epico taking a bit of a beating right now as Primo starts to mount a comeback, but again just gets pinned down by the Usos, who are in tag team form right now. As you see the double kick to the head of Primo, and Primo really taking a beating. Jimmy Uso pulling Primo up now and hitting him with a big super kick again. We could be nearing the end as he hits the big bulldog on him and is going towards the top rope. That big splash once again off the top. This should be a free count. 1, 2, but Epico in there just before the free count manages to save the day. But still, the Usos taking it to Primo now. Another big move off the top rope, and Primo looks done. 2, Epico not able to get over before the free count is done. The Usos are your new number one contenders for the tag team titles. Beautiful performance there by the Usos. The Usos really took it to Primo and Epico in that match, especially Primo. Just took apart Primo, isolated him the entire match, and they are the new number one contenders for the Shield's tag team titles. We move on to our next match of the evening, which is a Divas Championship match between the Divas Champion AJ Lee and NXT Women's Champion Paige. Paige won the NXT Women's Championship last week on NXT, which of course you can only witness on Hulu Network, which earned her a #1 contender spot here at Extreme Rules. So getting her debut on Extreme Rules on the big stage for WWE for the women's title. Huge match for Paige, and AJ Lee will be looking to show off her wrestling skill, going up against one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. A very good technical wrestler, but as you can see, just being picked apart by AJ Lee right now. Of course, AJ Lee's boyfriend Dolph Ziggler and his two heavies, Big E and Big Zeke, Ezekiel Jackson, are in a matchup tonight against the Shield, the United States Champion Dean Ambrose, and the Tag Team Champions Rollins and Reigns. So huge matchup for them tonight, and they'll be looking for a win. Remember, if the Dolph and his heavies win, they all get title shots at the titles involved. So they'll definitely be looking to win that matchup. As you see, AJ Lee picks up the big win here against Paige and retains her women's title. Exactly what AJ Lee wanted, and that would be a good sign for Dolph Ziggler and his heavies, knowing that his girlfriend has already won tonight, so Dolph can come out and live up to his expectations and go off a winner. Now we move on to our next match of the evening. Two guys with a lot of history over the last few weeks with each other. The world's strongest man, Mark Henry, going up against the South African Flyer, one part of International Airstrike. We haven't seen Tyson Kidd as he's still injured, so Gabriel's gone on his own for a little bit, and he picked up two big wins against Wade Barrett, but both wins have been interfered with after the match by Mark Henry. The first, Mark Henry's entrance video just came on the Titantron, confusing everyone, and last week Henry came out and destroyed both Gabriel and Wade Barrett, which led to this match being made tonight, with Mark Henry taking on Justin Gabriel here. And the match following this is Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton. So a lot of interest in this matchup from Mark Henry right now. Mark Henry, you see, just picking apart Justin Gabriel. Now Justin Gabriel is a big man. As you see, he is not dwarfed by Mark Henry. He may be a high flyer, but he's not your typical small high flyer, so definitely can put up a fight in strength. But you see Mark Henry's strength just demolishing Justin Gabriel right now. Gabriel might be on the same height as him and probably could take him apart in the air and with kicks, but Mark Henry's strength just taking him apart. As you see, the world's strongest slam onto the steel steps, just completely destroying Justin Gabriel. And now he goes with the abdominal stretch on Justin Gabriel, just working that body. That body just been slammed onto the steps. And now the world's strongest slam again. Gabriel looks injured, and Henry's going to pick up the win here. The easy freak out. Gabriel just got torn apart there when he got slammed onto those steel steps, and he could be seriously injured now. As you see, he's getting pulled onto the stretcher. I reckon he's got bust ribs, maybe an injured back. Henry in the ring still celebrating, and he goes after Gabriel now. He's not letting him escape on that stretcher. Just a big beat down on the injured Justin Gabriel, pushing him off the stretcher, continuing the beat down. There's nothing the security guards can do. This huge beat down on Justin Gabriel as we move on to our next match of the evening between Wade Barrett and the Viper Randy Orton. Of course, Orton has been beating down Wade Barrett in the previous weeks, RKOing him last week in his matchup against Justin Gabriel, which cost Barrett the matchup. So Barrett has gone into this match wanting revenge, hatred for Randy Orton, which led to this being made into a last man standing match. As you see, Barrett starting to pick apart Orton now, but Orton coming back with a Fez Press of his own and just trying to fight back, but Barrett, just the strength and the anger of Wade Barrett, just starting to pick apart. As you see, the bullhammer elbow on Orton. He's just starting to pick apart Randy Orton now. And you can see the hatred in Barrett's eyes. He's just throwing Orton about with all these different suplexes. You see him slam him onto those metal pipes on the floor there. Just taking apart Randy Orton right now. There's the big belly to belly suplex onto the steel dustbin. And just a massive move there. And then the huge move again, smashing Orton onto the concrete floor. Orton taking one hell of a beating right now. Now the bullhammer elbow right onto the table. Now, the black hole slam onto the dustbin. And now he's going to suplex him through the table by the looks of it. Huge move there by Barrett, and that could be the end. Orton has just been completely destroyed by Wade Barrett right now. You see Barrett is bust open, but that's only by the Lufres press from Orton. But Orton did manage to get up there from the being suplexed through the table. And now Barrett slamming Orton through the table. That's got to be it. He slams him through the table onto the concrete floor here by the announce table. That's got to be it. Orton's got to be out. As you see, Barrett knows it and is just waiting for the 10 count by the referee. Barrett starting to celebrate now, knowing that he got his revenge over the man that has been interfering with Barrett for the last few weeks. Huge victory here for Wade Barrett, and now he may just have to go after Mark Henry. Of course, Henry has taken out Barrett last week, so there could be a bit of hatred between the two men there. Barrett will definitely be looking to get revenge there, which we may see coming in the future weeks. We'll have to see what happens on Raw tomorrow night. But as you see, Barrett picks up the win. But there's Mark Henry as Wade Barrett celebrating. Henry comes in with a metal pipe and just beats down Wade Barrett. There's definitely some anger there, and we'll have to see what happens on Raw tomorrow night. Now we move on to our next match between The Shield and Ziggler in his heavies. Remember, if Ziggler, Big Zeke and Big E win, they get title shots. Ziggler gets a title shot at the United States Championship, currently held by Dean Ambrose. And the heavies get a tag team title shot against Rollins and Reigns. So they'll definitely be looking for a win here. They have been beating down Dean Ambrose and Rollins and Reigns the past few weeks. So we'll definitely be looking to pick up a win here, hoping that they've injured their opponents so far. You see Big E going after Dean Ambrose right there. But Dean Ambrose will not be as easy as they think to break down. Dean Ambrose has huge amounts of fight. If you've never seen him in any of his CZW matches, huge hardcore matches there. You definitely need to go watch them as when he was John Moxley. Some fantastic and brutal matches in the past. So he can definitely hold his own in a volatile and dangerous situation. But you see Ziggler taking it to Seth Rollins right now, and now going after Roman Reigns, just beating down. You saw the zigzag there by Dolph Ziggler on Roman Reigns, but Reigns kicks out, and now Big E is in there throwing Roman Reigns about like a ragdoll. Roman Reigns is not a small man, so that shows the strength of Big E. Now Big E just beating down Roman Reigns, forcing him out of the ring. You see Ziggler running across the ring apron now. Now gets inside the ring. He's looking for a high flying move, and he comes over with the crossbody out from the inside of the ring to the outside. Big Zeke now taking it to Seth Rollins, and Rollins just pissing Big Zeke off, and Big Zeke's picked up the steel chairs and he smacks Seth Rollins around the head with it, and Dolph Ziggler and his heavies have been disqualified, but they don't care. The heavies are now taking apart Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler are running down the ring, the stage, just beating each other down. That was definitely a dangerous situation that we have just seen, and we'll have to see what happens tomorrow night on Raw from that situation. We move on to our main event of the evening between Chris Jericho and CM Punk. This is of course CM Punk's last match as a WWE superstar. We still don't know where he's going, but he is defending his world title right now against Chris Jericho Y2J. Punk has said he wants to leave as WWE champion, and that's exactly what he aims to do here tonight against Chris Jericho. We have no idea what's going to happen with Punk. We'll have to see in the future weeks what happens with him. As you see, he's taking apart Chris Jericho right now. The Shining Wizard there, and now throwing Jericho into the corner, lifting him to the top rope. He's going for something dangerous here, but Jericho reverses the kick and now comes down, but Punk catches him, and this could turn into a GTS. Catching GTS by CM Punk. That could be the end of the match now. Punk taking it to Jericho, but Jericho kicks out at one. Punk, though, still taking it to Jericho, not letting Jericho catch a breath. He's coming with the suplexes from the ring apron. This one through the table there. That's got to damage Jericho's back. And Punk just suplexes him straight through the middle of that table now. We could be nearing the end right now. Now Punk lining Jericho up on that ring. The apron around the corner there. The steel. I completely forgot where it's going. My commentary's just going wrong right now. Who cares? He goes through the side there, and now Punk taking Jericho down with the guitar, just taking it to Jericho right now. Diving crossbody off the ring apron onto Jericho now, and now going to the top rope, lining Jericho up through the superplex, through the table right now. Huge move. Jericho's neck going straight through that table. We could be nearing the end, and this could be the end of the matchup now. We could be seeing Punk take it to Jericho with the Shining Wizard right now. We could be seeing a GTS coming up, as you see Punk calling for it. This could be the end. You see the broken bits of the table and the guitar around the ring. Jericho taking one hell of a beating now and just being beat down by Punk, and this could be the end, as you see Punk with another GTS right now. He's going for the pinfall. The 1, 2, 3. CM Punk picks up the victory, and Punk is continuing his reign as the WWE Champion. Where Punk will go now, we don't know. We'll have to see in future weeks. But for now, thank you for watching Extreme Rules. I'll see you tomorrow night for Raw. Peace out, YouTube. We're heading into overtime.